The following movie review is rated PG-13. Parents strongly cautioned for gross makeouts and a girl in her gross underwear.
Welcome to the show.
Remember a couple weeks ago in the Taking 5 movie review when we briefly talked about that Celine Dion movie? We kind of made fun of it. You know, the one where they CGI'd a 6-year-old actress's face onto a 5-year-old's body? We all kind of had a good laugh about that, right? We were all just like, why would they do that? Why would they just hire a little girl that looked like Celine Dion? What a bunch of idiots. Well, now I think I know their reasoning. I think maybe they just couldn't find a little girl who looked enough like little Celine to really sell the story. Clearly this is less distracting than a little girl who didn't look exactly like child Celine. I mean, come on. That's right, guys. I've changed my viewpoint and I now agree wholeheartedly with that choice of CGIing her face onto the child's body, because I've now seen what happens in a biopic when the actor cast to play the celebrity looks absolutely shockingly unlike them. When I saw today's movie, Britney Ever After. The 2017 unauthorized Britney Spears biopic that makes an absolute mockery of her life and story with its terrible script, terrible editing, and non-existent budget. Starring Walmart in Sync, Said He Says, Ryan Cabrera's cousin, Unclosable Mouth, Da Club, Poop, Crazy Eyes, and the opposite of Britney Spears. Yeah, there's a lot wrong with this movie, but number one for me was the girl they cast to play Britney Spears. Just not working. I know it's hard to look and act like Britney Spears, okay? I've tried. But they could have done better than this.
This is Britney Spears.
I'm sure of it. And if they really couldn't find somebody that looked more like Britney Spears than this girl, they should have CGI'd Britney's face onto someone else's body, and it would have made more sense and been less distracting. Shout out to my friend here who suggested this movie. You've given us all a life-changing gift today. So put on your pigtails and your schoolgirl uniform and get ready for Britney Ever After. Hey kids, do you love my movie reviews? First of all, thank you. Second of all, did you know that the only way that these movie reviews are possible is because I use a VPN? So much goes into my video editing. There's so much creativity. First of all, we bring in the movie footage. Second of all, we find memes and funny video clips and stuff from all over the internet to include into our editing software, which we think takes our videos to the next level. Personally. And there's no way I would feel safe doing any of that stuff and downloading any of that stuff without a VPN, which is why I'm so thankful that today's video is brought to you by Express VPN. So a VPN, if you didn't know, it stands for Virtual Private Network. It's basically a very secure tunnel between your device and the internet. VPNs protect you from online snooping, interference, and censorship. So if you ever Googled something and then you immediately saw an ad for it the next day, it's probably because you don't have a VPN and you are not protecting your data. Changing your IP address with a VPN helps shield your identity from websites, apps, and services that want to track you. Good VPNs, such as Express VPN, will actually prevent your own internet provider from seeing your activity. A lot of people think you can just use the incognito mode option when you're searching something, but sadly, you are wrong. Your internet provider can still see every single site that you visit, whether you use incognito mode or not. And since I visit a ton of sites and I download a ton of stuff, I'm not into that, you know? Not that I'm like looking up anything weird. Or am I? No, I'm just kidding, I'm not. I gotta have my VPN. In addition to this boring, serious stuff that a VPN does, it actually does some fun stuff too. I've talked to you guys about this a couple times before, but I love it because you can change your location very easily. You can change your location to another country, and you can get all kinds of new content that might not be offered in your country. So, for example, if there's a show on Netflix that is not offered in the US, change your location to a location where it has the show that you want, and you're home free to watch Friends or whatever else you might be into. So friends, if you are an internet user at all, you definitely need a VPN, but especially if you Google stuff. So find out how you can get 3 months of ExpressVPN for free by visiting expressvpn.com/French or by clicking the link in the description box below. Again, that is expressvpn.com/French or click the link in the description box down below. Thank you again, ExpressVPN, for being such a big supporter of this channel and for protecting my privacy when I'm downloading weird stuff. And now back to one of your favorite movie reviews. Nailed it. So it's kind of hard to explain. This movie is centered around Britney making a documentary about herself. Like, they made a movie about her filming what I'm assuming is supposed to be the For the Record documentary that she made in real life. So it jumps back and forth between her making this documentary and then the past events that are talked about in the documentary. Does that make sense? Probably not. You know when the documentary portion is happening because everything kind of turns blue and there's like a red REC overlay and there's a bunch of banding. So I guess the documentary is supposed to look like trash.
This is just about my comeback, right?
Whatever you want to talk about, Brittany. I was told this was an all-access documentary.
Yeah, I'm immediately confused. Neither Britney nor the producer know what this documentary is about. I was told that this was an all-access documentary. Like, you're the producer. Aren't you the one who tells people that? Anyway, right off the bat, we see our first glimpses of Britney sort of feeling suffocated and censored by her family, which we now all know to be pretty accurate.
You are the boss, aren't you? Don't let Daddy hear you say that.
Flashback to 1998.
Hey, I got Britney Spears here. Ooh, oh, hey. You're the girl from that schoolgirl video.
So in her car with her is her entourage. We have her manager, Larry, dad, Jaime, mom, Lynn, sister, Jamie Lynn. Oh, I just got that. There's Felicia, aka Fee. We all know Fee. And her boyfriend, Reg. I don't remember hearing anything about a boyfriend named Reg, but apparently he existed and she had a boyfriend before she was famous.
I'm Brittany's. Her friend from back home.
Anywho, they're just getting a kick out of how this grown man was really into this 16-year-old's music video.
He was a fan of something, but it sure ain't the music.
Oh, God, Fee, ew!
So then she goes to check out her tour bus, and remember, this is supposed to be before Britney Spears was super famous. It's probably her first time seeing a tour bus, and she's just amazed that all of this is for her. You know, all of these Furbies and cheesy poofs.
Look, a Furby!
Are those cheese puffs?
No, those are actually grapes. She also has bunk beds.
Cool friggin' beans! Bunk beds?
It took me 10 times to realize that she said cool friggin' beans and not, ooh, Franks and beans.
Cool friggin' beans!
I thought maybe it was a southern saying or something.
You said you weren't gonna make this all about you.
No, that's your trick.
So as you can see from that very convincing scene, Britney's parents button heads a little bit. They're fighting.
This is just fashion. We agreed that I would take the reins here.
Yeah, I didn't know you were gonna jump up on the horse and ride away.
So her manager, Larry, is like, let's get out of here. Let's go check out the stage you're going to be performing on. So while she's checking out the stage, she gets a little scare from someone. Care to take a guess of who it's going to be? It's gonna be the witch version of Justin Timberlake.
Who's gonna kill it tonight?
This guy who plays Justin Timberlake is... How do I describe him? If cringe were a person, it would be him.
You are, in fact, the bomb diggity.
Stop. So lame.
You got like the dance moves.
So he's very supportive of Britney as a new artist on the rise. He hypes her up like crazy, and it could have been actually really cute if it wasn't so heinously done.
He wants to know if you are aware that you are, in fact, the worst possible casting choice to play Britney Spears.
What, why? Just because I got a mustache?
So we get to the first show, and I use these air quotes as hard as I possibly can, okay? Because first of all, the budget had to have been $9. They're just her on a set made to look like a stage with like a fog machine and some stock audio of a cheering crowd. I'm pretty sure I have that sound in Final Cut. Second of all, for this one at least, they don't even show 1 second of the show. She just gets into position with her other 4 dancers, and then it flashes back forward to the documentary portion again.
We don't really need to talk about Baby one more time, do we? Let's just say I've talked about it a tad more than one more time. I see what you did there, Walmart Britney, and it was not that funny. Actually, that was mean.
I'm sorry, sir. This card was declined.
Go on and run it again.
Sir, I already tried.
Son, you speak English because you're starting to piss me off.
Daddy, please.
I wasn't talking to you.
And there, my friends, is the winning personality of Jaime Spears accurately portrayed in this super weird movie. So Brit's career starts taking off. She's meeting fans, she's walking the red and purple carpets, doing interviews that are clearly filmed in front of a not properly lit green screen.
I saw the video on TV the other day and I was just like, this is so cool.
Is there a special guy in your life?
Is there a gentleman in your life?
At first I laughed at that random and seemingly completely unrelated question, but then I remembered that this was kind of how interviews actually went for her in real life.
Have you ever licked a battery?
Licked a battery?
No one seemed to ever want to talk about Britney's music. They just wanted to kind of talk about her body or her love life.
Everyone's talking about it.
What?
Your breasts.
It's the mix.
So one night there's a surprise birthday party thrown for Britney, and amongst the attendees are Felicia, these guys, these two girls who never appear in the movie before or after this scene, NSYNC. Why is that so funny? Okay, let's see if we can pick them out. Okay, Justin, we know, obviously. Lance, Joey, Howie? No. Wrong band. JC and Chris Kirkpatrick. Right, that has to be Chris, because he has that little beard facial hair thing. The only thing I don't see is the very gross white beaded braids he always had, you know? Those would have been helpful. Oh my god, they're there! I literally don't know why this is so funny. People play other people in movies every day. Like, what is it about Walmart Chris Kirkpatrick? Anyway, they sing her happy birthday. It's super romantic.
You're 1 year older, girl.
And it seems like this little birthday bash is where the sparks between Britney and Justin really start to fly, because afterwards, they totally make out. Yeah, I'm sure he's super into this cigarette breath you just blasted directly up his nose. Also, can you maybe stand up straight? It's kind of looking like Justin's about to herniate a disc trying to make out with you. Well guys, if this was hurting your eyes, I'm sorry in advance, because it gets worse. They go to make out even more on the tour bus, but not before reminiscing over some old pics from their childhood.
That shirt, God. And I have like 0 boobies.
Well, you're 8 years old in that photo, so yeah, that checks out.
Mosquito bites.
Anyway, like I said, this very romantic conversation ends up turning into a real breathy, smiley makeout sesh. Complete with some Purple Hearts level audio overdubbing.
I love you, and I don't want to push you if you're not ready.
Wait, what happened to Reg? Britney's boyfriend from the beginning of the movie. They never even showed the breakup. You can't just start smile kissing Jay Timberlake. I looked this up because I was a little bit curious, and it turns out Reggie was a real guy. Britney dated Reg Jones. He went on to do some interviews with the media about their relationship, and he was a true gentleman.
Took Britney's virginity. No.
Classy, bro. Oh my gosh, I'm only 16 minutes in. I'm getting too detailed like I used to. Anyway, friends, we then get the viewing pleasure of another concert, this time with a crowd. Woohoo! Budget went up to $10. Wait, is this supposed to be the iconic VMA performance where she took off like that pantsuit? It is. Is this actually the best they could do? I don't get how this movie was made. So Britney and Justin decide to make their relationship public.
I want everyone to know you're my stinky.
And they do so by showing up to a red carpet wearing those matching denim outfits that they actually wore in real life and still live rent-free in my brain. Then they go to the beach.
Jamie Lynn, should we make a moat?
Jamie Lynn, should we tell that entire camera crew to move out of the way so that they can't be seen in your glasses reflection?
JL, every bomb castle's got a fly moat, you feel me?
Yeah, JL, and every bad movie's got a cameraman with a light diffuser showing in the reflection of the actor's glasses, you feel me? Well guys, we have to take a short break, and when we come back, a very weird allegation.
They stole the tapes.
That tape?
They stole a boudoir video? My little girl was in a boudoir video.
Daddy!
Yeah, so this movie claims to be a biopic, right? Meaning based on a true story, but they just completely made this whole part up about the boudoir tape.
Boudoir video?
Boudoir. A boudoir tape?
You put the wrong emphasis on the wrong syllable.
That's a nice southern way of saying it. But I looked it up. This whole thing was just made up for theatrical purposes, I guess. It was based on nothing. There was no evidence, A, that a boudoir tape of Britney and Justin's was leaked, or that it existed in the first place. Which is super cool to do, because people who are watching this assuming it was all based on a true story will now be thinking that this story is true because it made it into this movie. Yikes. I wanted to skip over this scene, but there's just too much to make fun of. So the dad, Jaime, gets super mad and storms out.
If it's a crime to have a couple of drinks and speak my damn mind, then they can arrest me.
It's supposed to be this sort of dramatic family moment. You know, fans of Britney know that there actually was turmoil in her personal life. Her dad struggled with alcoholism, and this scene should have conveyed some emotion, but there's no background music, there's no like color grading, there's no cinematic shots. The audio overdubbing is heinous.
Daddy, you need to get some help.
Fine.
Alright, fine. It doesn't even sound like the same actor. Every single frame of this scene is wrong.
Please just go get him.
Fine.
Fine. I'll walk off set and hang out outside with Matthew Harrison, who starred in this movie. So one night, Britney and Justin go to club. By the way, there's a ton of stuff that happens in this movie at the club.
Good dancing.
What? That's what the director told him to say right there?
Good dancing.
What's even weirder is that it doesn't match his lips, so it was clearly done in post-production, which we all know and love, because it means they had time to think about what they wanted to have that actor say, and that is what they chose. Good dancing. Anyway, this is when Britney and Justin start to have some probs.
She's just a fan.
Did he give you his number? Stay away from him, skate.
And then they end up breaking up because somebody sent Britney a card. Wait, so this is it? This is what broke Britney and Justin up? I never knew that all these years until I fact-checked this. But it turns out Justin Timberlake actually had a suspicion that Britney was cheating on him with her choreographer, Wade. This guy. This is why we got Cry Me a River. So they break up, her parents divorce.
Your daddy and I's divorce is final.
Why? Why would you divorce such a swell guy?
Before she became such a bitch.
Her life is just getting all smashed up.
Everything just got all smashed up.
So she has to go confront Justin at, you guessed it, the club. And by confront him, I mean have a dance off.
Let's dance. Car. Hip hop dance, spin, yeah.
Honestly, I can't even make fun of this scene because this is exactly what me and Nick do when we have a fight.
I just think when people are coming over, you need to help me clean the rooms people are gonna see, and not the attic.
Have you seen the attic lately? It's a mess.
No, I haven't. That's my point. No one sees the attic or the garage.
Someone might go into the garage. Maybe it's where we keep our sodies.
Kitchen, dining room, living room, bathroom. That's it.
Well, yeah, well, how about this? How about I mow the lawn?
That's not the lawnmower, it's the grocery cart. You know grocery shopping? The thing only I'm capable of?
You order DoorDash.
You order DoorDash.
I love DoorDash.
Same.
You want to get some Wingstop later?
Yeah, sounds good.
It's not like you were gonna cook anyway.
So then she marries that one guy, Jason, you know, that she was married to for like a second in real life.
What's gotten into you, Mrs. Alexander?
But then she moves on to everybody's favorite Brittany Bay, Kevin Federline.
Dreams come true, girl.
Disgusting!
Lovingly known as K-Fed.
Did you hear that his nickname was Meat Pole?
They don't show how they met or anything, but if you remember that reality series, Brittany and Kevin Chaotic, which was pretty chaotic.
For some reason, I couldn't get this guy out of my head that I'd met.
I care about you.
Then you already know. So then we get this montage of Brittany and Kevin like grossly falling in love. Never has any pants on, but always has the same underwear on. They're smoking, they're swimming, they're recording each other.
He's Mr. Cool. Cooler than me, apparently.
He's Mr. Cool. Cooler than me, apparently. This room looks like it smells. So they get engaged in the smelly room.
You marry me?
Yeah!
They get married almost immediately. Meanwhile, Walmart Britney is performing more $9 concerts. And things are going pretty well, but then it very quickly, I'm talking like 60 seconds later quickly, cuts to them already having kids and marital problems and K-Fed never answering his phone because his career was too poppin'.
Kevin.
This actually jogged my memory that K-Fed started pursuing a rap career after he got married to Britney. I looked up some of his raps. They're pretty good. They're very Vanilla Ice-esque, if you can imagine such a rap.
VIP.
So one night she goes up to, you guessed it, the club to see what he's up to because he's never answering his phone. She goes through his phone and sees that he was talking to other women and potentially meeting up with other women. So they break up right then and there. And unfortunately with this breakup, there's no dance off. I know, right? I was hoping and praying for one, but unfortunately we don't get a dance off. We just get these incredibly weird on-screen graphics and a text message that says, I want to divorce you. I can't think of a better way to break up with someone like K-Fed.
It is what it is.
So this is where the movie starts to get super weird, because up until this point, all this other stuff.
104.1.
Zero booby.
Good dancing.
Wasn't weird at all. So Britney has this falling out with her mom that they don't show or explain. They just show her showing up to the set of Zoe 101, the show her sister was starring in, and she serves her mom with these legal papers asking her to stay away from her sons. And again, this is something that actually happened in real life. There is photo evidence of it on the internet. And again, it's a pretty serious situation that you would think would convey a little bit of tension or emotion when watching it, but the creators just, again, absolutely botched it.
My lawyer's coming for you, so you better buckle up.
The same thing goes for the following scenes where she just sort of starts spiraling mentally. It's just not possible to take seriously because it's so poorly done.
This is crazy.
I couldn't figure out who this girl was supposed to be playing. I guess maybe they fired Felicia, her assistant, and hired this new girl who laughs weird. But at least she's super good at makeup.
Bruh.
I want to see my babies.
She can't even do this photo shoot because her mental state has declined so much, and so the director thought it would be a good idea to show a literal pile of dog poop during this scene.
No, get that dog out of here!
Teen Star Academy, anyone? What? Wait a minute. Tell me this didn't happen in real life. Oh my god, it happened. Okay, well that bums me out because now I have to redact making fun of this scene. The title of this article is Britney Spears photo shoot done in by dog poop.
There's a smell of around the perimeter, the vicinity of coats.
Celebrity-friendly OK Magazine said on Wednesday a tell-all interview and photo spread intended to relaunch the 25-year-old singer's career turned into a heartbreaking day of a ruined designer dress, dog poop, and erratic behavior. She let her new puppy poop on a $6,700 Zac Posen gown. I love Britney, you guys. I'm not trying to laugh at this. It's just come on. The dog poop part, I fully cannot. In fact, I cannot so much that we have to take a break. And when we come back, the big conclusion. Don't miss it.
How did you meet Sam Lutfi?
I met him the first time, I think, at a club.
So Sam Lutfi, as many of you probably know, is just a guy who sort of randomly showed up into Britney's life one day. She met him at a club, and all of a sudden he started just taking control of her whole life.
And then he was just like always around.
Right now I still don't totally understand who he was, so let's have a word from future me who has researched it. Take it away, me. Oh, actually, I still don't understand who he is. Sorry. Thanks, future me. Got it. So you can see why all of the following scenes featuring Sam Lutfi's character are extra uncomfortable and hilarious. Like this scene where Britney is like asking him to get out of her, they're kind of fighting in Britney's car, is an actual thing that actually happened between her and Sam Lutfi, and they recreated it, and you can't take it seriously because of the audio hole.
Britney!
Back at it again, huh, Tony? You couldn't ask that actor for one more take. She ends up getting admitted to a hospital because she's unwell, disoriented, etc. Another scene they physically ruined by splicing together two scenes that were clearly shot at different times, which you can tell because her hair looks completely different every time the camera cuts.
Nowhere.
Nobody hears me, you know.
I feel for this actress. What's her name? Natasha Bassett. I don't think she's a bad actress, but she was not right for this role. This is the world's weirdest casting choice. They may as well have cast me.
I shouldn't have let you go.
What do you think? That's how far away she is from seeming or looking like Britney Spears.
This is Britney Spears!
So they totally speed through her entire relationship with this Sam guy, to where all of a sudden her family has served him with restraining order papers, and the movie starts to come to a close with the very first mentions of the conservatorship, which we all know happened in real life and was only recently lifted.
Your family has filed to make your father your conservator.
Y'all want my money, don't you?
No, that's not what this is about.
Yeah, it is.
I just want my life back.
I was having a ton of fun making fun of this movie in the beginning, and now it's less fun. Because my heart just breaks for Britney, you know? But thankfully, as bad movies always do, it snaps you back out of any emotion you may have been feeling and reminds you that it is in fact just a bad movie. They flash forward to 2015, where Britney is suddenly happy and healthy and doing her shows in Vegas, which if you've watched Framing Britney, she was not happy and healthy at that time. She's doing this Vegas show and the crowd is going wild, and you can clearly hear them chanting something that isn't Britney's name.
They love you. You know that, right? You're Britney Spears.
Like, again, it's stock audio from Epidemic Sound or something, or Final Cut. And so then they overlay different voices saying, Britney, Britney, Britney. Yeah, I wish we could see what this crowd looked like, but unfortunately we can't, because by the time they shot this scene, the $9 budget had run out. I find it so, I don't know the word, is it ironic? That they end the movie with the beginning of the conservatorship and they act like that was a happy ending. That is the wrongest thing they got out of this whole freaking movie. And this is officially the worst film we have ever reviewed on this channel. Yes, it's worse than Teen Star Academy, because Teen Star Academy at least made me laugh so hard I almost had an aneurysm. This definitely holds the record, I think, for the most 1-star reviews I've ever seen. My favorite one is short, sweet, and to the point. It's by an IMDb user named AudreyKate11, and it is entitled, What Was That? I thought this was about Britney Spears, not a how to overact every scene documentary. 1 out of 10. Okay, that review wasn't that funny. I was laughing hysterically when I read it last night, but can't win them all. Here's a good one. An opportunity for greatness missed and turned into the cartoonish mess it was expected to be. Initially, from the opening shots, I felt like I was watching an SNL version of Britney's life, from the kooky vibe to the tacky accent to the overly hyped up 9-year-old silly girl performance of the lead. I was watching a joke and a disaster, but I was curious. The girl has zero sex appeal, nor conviction, nor even physical attractive. Okay. With all due respect. Okay, yeah. Gotta love when people say something super hateful and insulting and they add, with all due respect. Oh, there's no 10-star reviews. There is a 9-star review. Shines a new light in Britney Spears. Right off the bat, we got problems. Man, that was fun, and I feel like it was even worse than I could really convey in this movie review, but I couldn't put it into words because it was that bad. So definitely go watch it yourself. All right, kids, I gotta go have another dance off with Nick. Be sure to join me over on Patreon if you want to see all the behind the scenes footage from today's green screen shoot. Hang out with me on my other social accounts for other types of short form content, and I will see you in the next one. Peace out.
I can still kick your neck off, you know.
Okay, hold on. Now she's getting hostile.
Dante just revealed a stunning revelation in that this Ryan Cabrera's cousin looking guy, the guy who plays Wade, the choreographer, is literally Brian from Status Update. If you haven't seen my Status Update review, go watch it. It is just okay. Somehow I didn't recognize him in the 3 times I watched this movie, and Dante caught it immediately. So, yet again, all these movies are connected.
And you're listening to FM 104.1.
104.1.
Getting up in it, Swayze style.
What?
Why is he looking at me? Why is he looking at me, y'all?
He's literally looking away from you.
Oh, I got chills.
I got chills watching my daughter tongue Madonna. Watching my daughter, I got chills. Watching my daughter tongue kiss Madonna.
Did you hear that his nickname was Meatpole?
Oh no, I have a weird cry face now because of my Botox. What are these lines? Oh my god. An unexplainable amateurish mess. If I could rate this lower, I would. A movie that not only fails Britney, her family, and her fans, but also decides to fail its own cast. Like this. So any blown off the street can play Britney? What even is this? This movie is unrateable. What was that? Worst Lifetime movie ever. Well, nope. What did I just watch? Awful. Horrid. What is this?
Darn tootin', I'm hostile. I don't like your voice. Or your little wannabe Justin Timberlake mini fro.
Yeah, she secretly loves it.
No, I don't. Tell him goodbye.
Bye.
No, not bye. I said bye.
Bye.